Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome back to yet another Canadian Cock Talk on the Spurs Up Show, the home of all your best Gamecocks content on the internet. You already knew that. That's why you're here, and that's why you are followed, subscribed, or whatever it is, whatever social media platform you are on right now. I'm happy you are joining us here to talk some Carolina basketball, ladies and gentlemen. It has been a roller coaster of a season, not only with COVID, but just watching the team on the court. As a fan of this team, as a diehard fan of this team, as a very, very loyal fan of this team, as most of you probably are, you know the situation we are in. There's no way around it. We're kind of getting into panic mode. For the talent that we have on this basketball team, it just feels like our year. Yes, you have COVID. Yes, it is such an unfortunate situation. No one in the world wants COVID right now. No one in the world. If you say you want COVID to be in the world right now, I don't know what's wrong with you. It's just bottom line. No one wants COVID to happen, but unfortunately, it is the situation that we're in currently, and you're going to have to adapt to it. You're going to have to work through it somehow. It's just how life works sometimes. It sucks, but it's what you got to do. This Gamecocks basketball team has obviously been hit with COVID very hard. Haven't had a full roster playing in all these games. Haven't even played that many games. Like, what are we? We played 4 or 5 games in 1.5 months. Like, it has not been... COVID has not been kind to the Gamecocks basketball. In a season where, in football, COVID was very, very kind to the Gamecocks, except in that last bowl game. But we were one of the only 2 teams, us and Kentucky, were the only teams in football to not have a cancellation, which I was really, really grateful for. But basketball didn't get as lucky as we did for football. Gamecocks go out last Tuesday. We all know what happened. That Missouri game, from watching what we did against LSU, a team in LSU who was a good team, we went out there and we had one of the best games that we've had. We started out very, very good. It just came down to the last 3 minutes, and we just could not finish the game out, and that's why you saw LSU win. We just committed silly fouls, could not put the basket in the hoop when we needed to, and you saw LSU come out of there with the win. Easy as that. Missouri game, Missouri had it from the beginning. Ever since the fingertips of a Missouri player, no matter who it was, because there was multiple guys on that team who were just scoring the ball. Whenever that fingertip first touched the ball for Missouri, it was game over. Like, as soon as the tip-off happened, Missouri went up on a 10-point run to start off that game. Not good at all. The Gamecocks were not shooting. Just a lot of careless mistakes. Just a lot of easy buckets, whether that be in the paint or beyond the arc, that Missouri had in this game. And bottom line, that's where we lost that game. It was too easy for Missouri to win that game. We made it way too easy for them. And that's where we're at as a basketball program now. Kind of in that panic mode. Like, I don't want to say we're in full panic, but you see the talent that we have on this team, man, and you're just like, I know we got good talent. You go to anyone who actually watches this basketball team week by week, game by game, like I do, and like how many of you probably do as well. It's tough. It's tough to watch this team, but you know that we have talent on this team. You know we have the talent to do something special on this team. AJ Lawson, an amazing player. That LSU game, Florida A&M game, Texas A&M game, amazing performances all around there. Keyshawn Bryant, the last 2 games, unbelievable games, putting up 19 and 25. That's 44 points for the kid. Jermaine Couisnard, he had a big game against, Texas A&M. All of last season, he was our star freshman. He was looking like the star on that team, outside of guys like Mike Kotsar, who was really our big guy, the guy that everyone kind of went around. But, man, Jermaine Couisnard, amazing player. Justin Minaya, an amazing player on the glass. This kid is a good three-point shooter when he's on fire. You got Wildens Levesque, who's starting to show a lot of promise in the paint. He's a guy that I'm very excited about. You have the talent on this team. I just named off 5 guys right there who should be able to go out there and get you some wins in some games. And unfortunately, just in the last couple games, they haven't. And I don't know if it's an individual thing. I don't know if it's how they're working as a team. But we have the talent on this team to win the game, and we just couldn't against Missouri. We finished up the Tiger trip this Saturday against Auburn. Let's hope that this is like football, because football, we lose to LSU, we lose to Missouri, but we beat Auburn. Basketball so far, we've lost to LSU, we've lost to Missouri. Let's go beat Auburn this weekend. It's my birthday on Saturday. All I want is to see the Gamecocks win. I don't think the Gamecocks have ever played on my birthday, as long as I can remember. It hasn't been a while, at least. All I want to see is the Gamecocks go out there and come out with a win, because I know the talent we have on this team, and if we just get on the right track, and it all starts with this weekend, because if we lose this game, panic mode, the panic button is going to come out, and you're going to start to see a lot of Gamecock fans wondering about what are we going to do with this basketball program. It's going to happen. It started happening a bit after this last game, and I can guarantee you, as a fan of this team, I'm not saying that I'm going to be in full panic mode. I still have some faith in this team. I'm willing to let them be settled in because of what everything's going on with COVID. And I know I hate using the COVID excuse, but man, this ball team hasn't had a full roster in forever. We barely played any games compared to some of these teams. I'm not going to be in full panic mode, but it will start to creep into my body this weekend if we lose, to be like, you know what? This is going to be a tough rest of the season. But I know that there's going to be some fans who, after this weekend, if we lose this ball game, it's going to be tough for them to recover, and we're going to have some serious panicking amongst Columbia, South Carolina this weekend. Going into the Auburn game, man, this team can be one of the best teams in the SEC when they want to. I've no doubt in my mind. They're 8-6 now, but you look at some of the stats on this team. Like, first of all, Sharife Cooper is averaging 21.7 points a game. Right there. Not many guys. He's basically averaging a double-double every game. He has 9.7 assists a game, 21.7 points a game, and he's averaging 4 rebounds, 2 steals a game. This guy is one of the best in all of the SEC basketball right now. This guy is electric. One of the best players in college basketball, probably. Sharife Cooper. Guy that we're going to have to absolutely lock down, guard position. Next up, you got a Flanagan averaging 14.3. You got Powell averaging 11.7. You got Williams averaging 10.6. You got Johnson averaging 10.1. You know what I just named you there? 5 different players who are averaging above 10 points, and you have a guy averaging 21 points a game. That's a huge difference between the Gamecocks, because you look at how the Gamecocks are averaging on points. You have AJ Lawson 16.6, Keyshawn Bryant 13.4, Jermaine Couisnard 11.6. That's only 3 players. 3 players above 10. No guys above 20. This Auburn team can score the basketball. Bottom line, if you could put the ball into the hoop, defense will come. You'll make enough stops in one basketball game to win the game if your team can score very, very consistently like this Auburn team. This Auburn team could just put up points all over the board, and that's what worries me about this game, is that this is a team that can go out there and score the ball. They're shooting 66% from the field. That's free throw line. They're shooting 45 from the field, 66% from the free throw line, and they're shooting 32.7 from beyond the arc. This team can score. They're averaging 76.4 points a game. Gamecocks are averaging 72, so we got an even battle. But this team is an absolutely front-loaded ball team that we got to shut down. When they have their bench on the court, we got to take advantage of that. And when they have their starters on the court, do whatever you can to not allow them to score points, whether that be giving them different looks on defense. I don't know, maybe put some miss matches in there. Just get them thinking constantly. Have them on their heels constantly. Don't play safe basketball. I said this after their first game of the season, the Liberty game. The Gamecocks that whole game, the reason why we lost, we were reacting to whatever Liberty was doing rather than putting the game on our own terms and having us go out and having them react to what we're doing. You see the difference there? When you're just reacting, you're never going to have a perfect reaction time. If you're constantly reacting to what the other team is doing, you're always going to be behind. Do something to put the game on your terms and have them react to you. I'm not a basketball genius, not even close to a basketball genius. I'm not Woj, but I don't know how to do it, but if you could do that, I think the Gamecocks have a good chance to be successful this weekend. Bottom line, Keyshawn Bryant, AJ Lawson, Jermaine Couisnard, 2 of those 3 guys have to have 15-plus points in this game. 2 of those guys have to have a really, really strong performance, like we saw in that Texas A&M game, like we saw in that LSU game, even though we lost, like we saw against Florida A&M, because I'm pretty sure AJ Lawson and Jermaine Couisnard had massive games there. Have guys who are going to step up on the ball court and put the ball in the hoop. We need that. We need that bad. We need leaders on this team, and we have a leader in AJ Lawson. We have a leader in Keyshawn Bryant. We have a leader in Jermaine Couisnard. It's just about consistency. Can they be consistent? And if they are consistent in this game, it seems like the rest of the team follows. Justin Manias starts getting a lot more boards and everything. He starts shooting the ball better from beyond the arc when those other guys are on. Wildens Levesque, you start to see a lot more from him in the paint when you see guys like that step up It's just as simple as that. We need our superstars to step up in this game. Just 2 of them. All 3 would be unbelievable. All 3, if I think all 3 of those guys step up each and every game, I'll put up 10 plus points. I'll put up 15 plus points. This Gamecocks team is going to be a very, very hard team to compete with. It's just about consistency, man. I hope we go out and beat Auburn this weekend. Who knows? It's my birthday. I'd love a Gamecocks win on my birthday. It'd be amazing, but you know what it is. Just got to go out there, compete, and take down one of the better teams in the SEC. Even though the record doesn't show that they're one of the better teams in the SEC, this team can turn on whenever they want to, and that's something that really scares me and something that I think that we need to definitely be on the lookout for. Let's go beat Auburn. Beat Auburn. Pull a football. Let's go beat Auburn. Obviously, let's not have a terrible rest of the season like we did, like the football team. Let's go beat Auburn. Simple as that. So thank you guys for watching, and come back next time.